Eat a burger.
Eat a
and
burger.
Put it to rest.
Do it.
Now we know. Daddy's at the law firm until 8 hours, and Davey's watching XXX down in the fucking basement.
Get that out of my face. But you punch the burger?
I'm gonna throw it.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Yeah, we changed it. We're back up.
Come on. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. We've seen him 2 places.
All right, Monday, January 22nd. Welcome to all the Rumble audience out there right now, checking us out. Got a lot of stuff in the NFL in the second half. I wanted to touch. We got a live guest in studio, comedian Eric D'Alessandro, Staten Island's own. You can check out I Don't Understand now on YouTube. I went to the St. George Theater. Had a lot of laughs at that live show. It was the second night, too. I think was more star-studded. I think you had I heard Kate Hudson was there. Yeah. Friday night, you got Rico, Bosco. Saturday night, you got Kate Hudson. That's how it works with the comedians. So with the calls, we got a bunch of different topics. Or if you have the off-the-ball stuff you want to do, we'll take the football calls in the second half. Welcome on, Eric. Now.
Oh, wow. How? Do I put these on?
Yeah, you can put those on.
All right.
You can't
Thank you
hear
so much.
the misfits in the back.
Rico Bosco, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. It's like fighting in a phone booth here. I love it.
Yeah, I like it that I get the Frank Sinatra thing.
Yeah, yes, it works. So, like I said, saw your comedy special. I think there's a few things that just touch on a sense of healthy debate. I think you've always been quick-witted. You have takes on a bunch of different things.
Thanks.
The one I want to jump on, I was kind of all over this story, and I was very much on Cat Williams' side because of the video evidence. By the way, is it good or like unsafe that when you're watching that Cat Williams debate go on, that the targeted videos that pop up immediately are the ones of the guy stealing the jokes? Steve Harvey, and you know how they have to do the side by side?
Yeah.
They play it for me. Like, it's almost like I read a lot of stuff. Like, I just saw Iron Claw. Have you seen it?
Yes, I did actually.
5 stars.
Yeah, it was good.
And Zac Efron getting no buzz for Best Actor. Not a sniff.
Okay.
Crazy. You don't think he should have?
I don't know what the hell Zac Efron. I mean, he's denying that he got plastic surgery, and I think he did.
He was juiced up.
I don't know. Not juiced up. His face is completely different. I don't know.
He did look like the guy. But anyway, so when that movie ended, I immediately went and read the story, and there's some stuff that they leave out.
Yeah, there's like
story,
another
but
brother.
that's like kind of how I am. So that whole thing with Cat Williams, I'm like, all right, this is good. I didn't even have to go to Wikipedia. I would scroll the next page, and that thing would come in. The take I have off of that is good coaches, like in basketball or football, they say, oh, they're the best thieves. You watch a play, and, I got this drill from here. I got this from here. Now, there's a fine line, I guess, with comedians where somebody can inspire you, but where's the line between, or how do you make it work where you can go watch a guy and, like, learn the inflection, or maybe that topic inspires you? Like, there's a way to be inspired by people. You can't just straight up rip them off, and that's where this went down, right?
I that's what he was saying, right? I mean, I'm definitely inspired, like, with subconsciously. I remember one time I was doing something for a little while. My brother was like, that's really similar to Bill Burr's thing, and I was like, oh fuck, you're right. So I had to just get rid of it. And I don't. Cat Williams, the whole thing was. It's a really tricky thing to be a comedian and accuse someone, because no matter what, you come off looking bad. Like, I don't know, are you familiar with the whole Joe Rogan, Carlos Mencia thing?
I've seen that when they get very heated.
So Joe Rogan was the one who got punished for that, which was everyone knew was true. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, I know it happens subconsciously. I don't know if these guys actually did that. As a comedian, though, like, it's pretty difficult to, like, not know you're ripping off somebody, especially because there's proof of him doing it. It's hard to, like.
But the difficulty I see with you guys is, like, you're in a club and the guy you're opening, or they have the audio pumping into the green room, or this and that, and it's like somebody starts talking about a topic, you can be inspired by that topic.
Yeah.
So
or you have jokes that you have
without
you have jokes about Barstool, and your opener
those jokes,
your opener does too.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I don't know the way that he went about it. Cat Williams has been on one for years. This wasn't like his first. Like, if you're a fan of Cat Williams, you've seen him do this shit before. Yeah. He's went on these rants for a long time, and, like, yeah, I don't know. It was just really entertaining, though. I like hearing him talk shit. He's funny as shit when he does it.
Jetski, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. Oh wow, look at this.
Is that live? Yeah, you're live. Oh. Look at it. We're watching.
That's pretty
ourselves
good. He's
is
messing
what
with the chroma key
chaos
on
is.
the camera. I've never seen something.
Yeah. All right, so you just had I wanted to touch on this. We're both from Staten Island. I think you're one of the better storytellers out there. Like I always, the joke, punch, like the storytellers of comedians I've always liked. I think you're very funny with stuff like that. You just did a bit the other day, Dua Lipa.
Oh God.
Sounds like a.
Please don't make me do it.
I'm not making you do it. I have something off of that. A Staten Island mother in gymnastics.
Kind of like.
Should I pull up the video?
Yeah, you can pull up the video.
Oh, God.
Now he's like a trained monkey. It was very funny.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think your
But I
audience,
get
your
some
audience
off-
is not gonna like this.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I got something off of that.
They're already making fun of my hair, I'm sure.
All right, hold on 1 second. We gotta. Can I run this back real quick?
Oh God. I don't think we're gonna do this, Rico. Why?
Well,
why are you doing this?
I thought usually my guys.
Well, it
have-
sounds like
I'm
something
still
you
on
hear at a Staten Island gymnastics class. Antonia, Dua Lipa. Show Grandpa how you Dua Lipa.
So I think again, I'm sorry to be like.
I don't know
if
if
as it goes.
leaper sounds like it could
I
be
agree.
a
No,
gymnastics move,
100%.
like a leaper. I don't fucking know.
Now listen, you're happily married, as am I. But I think as many characters as we have on Staten Island in the male form, we might have more females. So off of that, or maybe it's inspiration for your next set, whatever, or things you've done that I haven't seen. What was the oddest date or oddest interaction you've had of just like a savage Staten Island girl?
We're both from the north, so when you start dating in the south, girls from like the south of Staten Island, that's when you're like, these are different people. They are different people. That's where like my like mockery of how they speak came, because where I grew up, all the girls wanted to be like in G Unit, and all the girls in the South want to be like a mob wife. So like they have like the whole Mona Lisa Vito thing happening, and I remember being like, this is like these people. I wish that they could like. I felt like a mole, like a spy, being like, I'm noticing shit no one else here is noticing. My mom was always very prim and proper. She spoke very like correctly. So when I'd hear their moms saying like ain't and no more, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like it was just so entertaining, their dads. I don't know. The guys have more like levels to like their savagery though. Like there's like the guy that's like, hey, man, I thought I ate it. That fucking guy, and then there's like, how you doing, honey? Let me do. But the girls are kind of like all.
But the girls will throw too. The girls will throw at a bar. There's been fist fights and stuff you've seen.
I've been
there.
jumped by girls on Staten Island. Yeah, they took my North Face.
It's a wild scene.
Yeah, it was insane.
Wild scene. But that whole element of girls just is.
I love them, man. They got a little flavor. It's nice. My wife definitely has a little flavor to her, and she's very cool. But she still, every once in a while, especially when she drinks, she'll let out. I'm just like, did you hear what you just said?
Like, you're nuts.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I remember in high school, I was dating a girl, and she was at my basketball game, and then it's time, like, all right, you say goodbye after we had a big win, and then I go back in the locker room, and my parents, I remember on the way home being like, you got to pick like a little bit better, because they said it was one of those, she obviously wanted to ask a question or wanted to make conversation. And she's like, so you use it from, actually, I'm sorry. She was from Brooklyn, but it all kind of works together.
Yeah.
And she's like, she had
Bay Ridge?
Also, she had family on Staten Island, too. Okay. Yeah, Bensonhurst, whatever. She's like,
Bensonhurst is
she goes, so use it from Staten Island? And my mother's like, yeah. Like, my mother, who, like, had 4 kids, who was putting her way through a master's degree, just goes like, yeah, like, so savages. But you touched on the mob wives era. I'm getting a kick out of now everybody
I'm seeing
being
this.
like, oh, let's dress like this. It's like,
First of all, that's never went away from where we're from.
Exactly.
It's never like
just,
coming
it's just
back
in the back of the closet.
Yeah, it's just there.
There's a ton of leopard prints and shit like
if
that.
If you're like a 50-year-old woman, you've been dressing like this for 30 years. It never went anywhere. From your 20s to now, the leopard's been out. The high boots to the
right.
The thigh. Couldn't think of that word. They've been out, and like I don't know. It's funny seeing like a 16-year-old though, especially not from New York. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, they're trying to do it. It's like we've been doing this forever. What fashion statements or different things should we inspire the rest of the country as well? Like, what did we have that worked? I think Kangol hats.
I like my chain. If like
North Face jackets.
Joey Camassa was just wearing one of these too, like a rope chain.
A rope chain was vintage.
Rope chain's very it's very Gindaloon. It's very Guido, but. I don't know. Do we have anything? I feel like were North Face jackets big everywhere, or was that?
I don't know.
Is that an East Coast thing?
Yeah, well, you're from Long Island.
guys have, like, a puffer?
They're nodding. I had 3 New Yorkers back
What do you
there.
mean? Was it big everywhere?
Long Island and Staten Island
Like I'm
could be
saying,
more
big,
different.
I don't know if that's
North
true.
Face was
It's
definitely
different type of
big
Italian.
in
Find
New
me a
York.
kid from North Dakota. Were they wearing fucking North Face?
Did they have a blue and black North Face?
Or were they wearing North Faces as a fashion statement, not to actually stay warm?
Yeah.
I think the biggies, like the biggie jackets, the big puffer jackets, are a New York thing, and I think it's since like spread. But now it's not so much North Face. Like everyone's on like the Montclair, Canadian Goose, but the North Face is still like the tried and true.
Those have been, those have been. How about like the one? What we call them? We called them like high vents.
Yes.
I think. Well, we called them snorkels. Do you ever heard of? You ever heard of that?
Those were some
They had the
warmest. I
fucking like
still
they
have
had
one.
the feathers. I still have mine.
Yeah.
2005. Mine's still.
Oh, no, I didn't have that. I had the high vent that would keep you out of the rain.
Oh,
You could go
mine was like this
snowboarding. That was a good
giant
one.
fucking like. It looked like I was going to the Himalayas. I was going to the deli down the block. Just an idiot kid. But we had the backpacks too, like North Face backpacks.
Yep.
Oh man, one of my friends had like the ass pack. It was like a belt, and his books would come out of like the back. You ever heard of that? Fucking how stupid is that shit? That's how.
I think some of the shit we actually had worked. You know.
Yeah, I mean they're good stuff. It's just we're not in Antarctica. I don't know why we needed those. You ever heard of Arc'teryx?
No.
That's like the big thing now.
Yeah, that's big time. Man.
So Arc'teryx is like if you were really into skiing, it was for like rich people. No one was wearing this to like, to flex. It was a very much like a rich ski thing. But then somebody found out, Drake wears this because Drake's rich. So now it's trickled down to like I've seen kids like walking down the street with an Arc'teryx hoodie.
Yep.
Like, are you fucking kidding me now? So that's how shit spreads. Like Stanley, the fucking Stanley Cup was a stupid thermos, and now people like it's like a way to flex on people. We're just jealous beings.
Yeet brought out the Arc'teryx jacket. You definitely don't know who Yeet is, but he's a rapper. Kind of like you would hate his music, but he popularized Arc'teryx as well.
Oh, there you go. It's always a rapper.
Yep.
I thought it was Drake. It was Yeet. Is that Lil Yeet or just
Yeet?
Okay.
And he's a white guy, white and Romanian, Mexican and Romanian.
That'll get you street cred.
But yeah,
Oh, Mexican or Romanian? That's not really white.
yeah, he's like borderline.
That'll get you street cred. You're a big wrestling guy. I have told
old school wrestling. I
Yes,
can't watch it
I
anymore.
know, yeah.
I don't hear the bell anymore. You
What's-
ever seen
what's the
Polar
healthy-
Express? You
yeah.
can't hear the bell.
What's-
That's me with wrestling.
What's the age where you really should turn it in? 14? 15?
You know what sucks is I stopped watching it when they turned into WWE.
Okay.
And I was probably 12. So like for me, that's kind of when I started to naturally fall off. But
it's
there
when
was
you
some good
start
shit that
to-
happened.
Yes.
03, 04 was actually still pretty dope. But I
think that's when you discover girls is when it's...
yeah, and like we always knew it was fake, but there's like another level of like, I don't know. It was also this revolution of like, not only was I the age you stopped watching wrestling, but Vince McMahon bought WCW. They changed it. It's like the biggest changes in the history of wrestling just so happened to happen at the age of when boys kind of going through puberty, getting over it.
The same thing where 8 or 9, like what the whole like all day you're just this
It
how you
was-
like
yeah,
communicate with your friends.
of
You're
course.
just acting like an asshole. Like you just have this energy. You don't even know.
I gave my friend Brian a power bomb on my friend Jess's trampoline, and he didn't get up, and I was like, should we call your mom? Like, it was really fucking scary. I'm like, this is why we shouldn't be doing this
I remember
shit.
teachers being like, are you friends with Eric? It's like, why do you guys hit each other? It's like, we just don't know what to do. So it's like,
Of course.
like two animals. Like,
Yeah,
so.
rough house.
But I've told this story. My WWF ended in our house when in 3rd grade my brother wrote "suck it" on a folder in a Catholic school, and they knocked that. What was the moment that you got the closest? Where you've also joked you're the youngest, so like nobody gave a shit about you.
Not even a little bit.
So at no point were there anything going on like the sable with the handprint boobs,
Not
somebody
only-
getting, taken up to the rafters in a crucifixion or something like that.
Nah, man.
At no point was there ever your mom being like, "Don't watch this."
No,
don't."
my mom was awesome. She didn't really give a shit. If she ever saw anything, she would.
But is that awesome technically?
Not really. You know what? She didn't know. She
Okay.
didn't. I don't. She did not know about Sable's thing. She had no idea. She just like, oh, he's watching because my uncles loved wrestling. In her mind, it was still Hulk Hogan and shit.
Of course,
she had no idea Mae Young was getting powerbombed through a table. But then I have an older brother, so not only did I like get to see shit that the older kids were watching, but like I remember he bought me a. I think who was it? It was one of the girls was on Playboy, and he was 18, so he bought it for me. So like not only was I, and then my friend Joe's mom, she was cool as shit too. He had the Sable one when we were young. He had the Sable Playboy. I mean, as a 9-year-old kid, life doesn't get doesn't get better than that. The other kids did not see Sable's Playboy. We had it. You know, it was incredible, man. But it was that's the thing with wrestling. It's like like you can get desensitized from porn.
Yes.
You can't go to having normal missionary sex after having an orgy with 30 women, right? So wrestling, they used to bleed. They used to cut them, and we used to get hit with chairs. There was ladder matches. There was cursing, and now it's like going back to like the 90s where it's like bubble gum and they can't curse. They're hitting each other in the back because you can't do headshots. It's like I just had an orgy with 50 women. I can't go back to vanilla sex with my wife.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm trying to say?
100%. It was
If I go too
chaos.
deep, I apologize.
100%. You did a bit too about your dad, which is a very funny thing.
Speaking of sex.
I was sitting behind him. Yeah, exactly. Great transition. I was sitting behind him, so without ruining any of the jokes, I'm not gonna make you do jokes on demand. But I think you grew up kind of in the same era that I grew up in, where you worked for your dad.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
very prominent.
My dad's never hired anyone.
Right. Yes,
Like,
that's a
he's-
very funny. Yeah.
He's never hired anyone. Like usually, my friend's dad, with like if he wasn't an electrician, he'd get an electrician because he wasn't an expert. My dad just did all of it. I've done cement work, sheetrock, tile cutting, installation in my attic. It was a nightmare because
What is that?
that's the Arc'teryx.
Oh, it's the Arc'teryx.
There you go.
I like that.
That's like $1,000 windbreaker right there.
Sick. I'm in. Book them.
Was your dad the same? Would you like?
My dad didn't know shit.
Yeah.
We had an uncle. My uncle Tommy was good at the handiwork, so when he would come over, it's working. It's also like a pride thing. My dad worked in in the financial district. Let's just put it that way.
Well, that's like a that's like a real job.
One Christmas around Christmas season, he bought the tree, brought it home. It didn't fit in the stand. Instead of bringing it back, he was cutting.
I mean,
the tree
I would
himself.
do that too.
Yeah, okay, you would do that yourself if you had an electric saw or whatever. You know what he did it with?
No.
Steak knives. He had fucking cuts like this. I have cuts here for the winter. Cuts
That's
everywhere.
incredible. See,
He walks in and guys are like, what happened? He's like, the cat. Like, we don't have a cat. He's like,
That's
the cat was
fucking
scratching.
incredible.
Like, whatever. It was fucking chaos. So like, it's like a pride thing. But when
Yeah.
do you? There was. I tell this too. Like, there were times in high school. Like, if you didn't want to go do something or you knew things had to be done, you tried to just stay up in your bathroom. Stay up in your bedroom.
Oh yeah, of
Like,
course.
if you
yeah.
didn't want to go to mass, like I would look at the clock and be like, it's around that time to go to mass. Or dad mentioned we got to go do fucking like manual labor. Yeah, like
Shovel outside.
You'd just be laying in your bed like holding yourself not to go, because the minute you go down to the bed, oh, you're up. Okay, work starts.
Chris Rock had a great bit. He goes, "What is it about dads that need you to do something as soon as you're ready to leave the house? As soon as you put your jacket on, your dad's, whoa, where are you going? Can you build a kitchen?" So that's my dad also. My dad was handy. He's a contractor. He knows there are certain things he's good at. But I'm saying like not everything you should be doing alone. Me and my sister would he rented a wet saw to cut tile. I swear to God, me and my sister and my mom were cutting tiles. I'm like, it doesn't get cheaper than this. Hire someone.
It's also like a hazard.
A hazard, of course. I was 13. I was 13.
And what did she show you one time? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and then he left because he had to get more fucking supplies.
Of course, yeah. So you're
It's
just
fucking
sitting
hilarious.
there.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I wonder if this cuts fucking Beanie Babies. Like, it's chaos. But
Yeah.
when do you think we got? Because I do think we got away from, like, even now you see it, like, you just interactions in the grocery store, like you'll see, and like a little kids like 9, 10, like whatever, and the father will be like, "Can you go down that aisle, get like this, this, and this?" Be like, "Nah, not really." And the father just is like, "Okay," like it's like, hold on a second.
Yeah, I don't know.
When did we
man.
get to a point where you don't work for your dad?
It's because everyone's so like millennials know too much. So like when I read something and it's like, oh well that my dad did that, so it says like here's this doctor on Instagram that says if your dad did this is why you have anxiety. I'm like, oh shit, my dad did that. I can't do that to my kids. So we're all thinking of it too fucking much, and we always think, oh maybe this will traumatize him. Let me not make him do that. When like I feel like there's something missing in that like those statistics. They left out important details. Is that why? Because I feel like my dad hit me, my mom hit me. I don't feel like I was traumatized in the slightest. I feel like I was on there. Now I'm like, yeah, you probably should have. I was being annoying. And it was never like abuse. It was never like just coming home drunk and beating the shit out of me. But it was like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's definitely, because I honestly, I don't want to blame the moms, but women nowadays, the dad is like the butt of the joke. Dad is no longer respected. If a hot dog falls on the floor, dad will eat it, and he just is like, oh, he's just a schmuck of the family. He gets no respect, and like now it's a feminism movement. So if your husband smiles, that's toxic masculinity. Happy wife, happy life. And if your husband's happy, something went terribly fucking wrong in your life. So I feel like that is coming out to now you can't do anything because the moms are also being like, don't talk to him like that. If you're going to discipline your kid, it's like, that's my angel. He can do no wrong. Fuck you. Go back to your man cave. And I think that's why we're not allowed to have, like, everything gets labeled toxic masculinity, even if it's like just regular discipline.
Have you guys heard of gentle parenting? That's a new thing that's coming around now. So it's instead of like disciplining your child, obviously there's no hitting involved in this. Instead of like telling them they did something wrong, you say, hey, you did this and it made me feel this way, like trying to almost connect with them on like an intellectual level. And I have a cousin who his child is insane. I love the kid, but he's wild. And like they're trying to do it with him. And I'm like, this kid that's not going to work. He's just going to run the house.
Does that work? I've seen a lot of great things, a lot of great Instagram videos. And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to remember because my wife and I will have a baby in the next couple of years, and I'm like, all right, I can just picture this parent though in California being like, Trevor, didn't we talk about? And the kid just like, fuck you, and he's like, all right, you know, you can express yourself. And I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Does it actually work this way? I've never seen it. The only thing I've ever seen work is get the fuck outside right now. That's the only time.
No, there needs to be a healthy balance.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer
I grew up in a house, a lot of I love yous, and a lot.
Absolutely.
But there was also like I remember being, you know, like 8 years old, and you tried to show off your arm throw. I remember never forget that. And like even in sports, a ton of times, there was it was a force play at second. I threw it to first in like t-ball because it was like I can show it. My dad walks right out and did that thing where like they talk right in your face and they go like this, and nobody can hear, and they fucking light you up. And he's like, "Why'd you throw it to first?" I'm like, I didn't know there was a force. Bullshit. He goes like he just goes like this. Bullshit. You wanted to show off your arm?
No, the problem
and
is,
no one can tell what he's doing. And he's like, you wanted to show off your arm, and you didn't want anybody to fucking know. He's like, do it again. You're fucking sitting. Like
but there's someone out there that's saying that your dad did a bad thing, but.
Did
he?
House. Like you
did he? I don't know if he did.
Exactly.
I never felt like I never went home and was like, oh my god, I was thinking like, man, you know what? I shouldn't have fucking done that. I should have got to play at second. I don't know why. I understand we have to get more in touch with emotions and yada yada yada, but it can go too far really quickly.
I also think there's a lot of elements of like parents not taking the parent side. My brother went.
That's the worst.
There was a kid in Little League. The kid it was like 450 pounds. My brother struck. He was like 12. He's probably I don't know, whatever. Probably dead now. To be honest with you, he's a massive amount human. So my brother strikes out, kicks his cooler. The kid could have like killed my brother because it's a hot day. Kicked the cooler. My dad walks down to the dugout and goes to the coach. He's done. Not the fat kid, his own son. Now there's if the coach pulls him, we're taking immediate sides.
I know. That's the worst. The not my kid parents, they're ruining the world. Like it doesn't matter. One time I got into a fight in the 8th grade. I ran over to the other side of the recess, and we like were throwing a ball or whatever, and this kid trucked me. So I fell, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Punched me in the face. I beat the shit out of him. So my mom, I got struck first. My brothers, my dad were like, he got hit first. My mom was like, what did you have? I was still in trouble. Like even as like a boy, knowing, and my mom is not like, you know, she understands that guys have to like handle themselves. I was wrong, even though like I got hit first, and I feel like that's nowhere to be found now. Everybody's kid is not, it's not, the teachers get blamed for making the test too hard. Are you fucking kidding me? Your kid didn't study. Now the teacher's getting like, oh, you made the test too hard. I don't know how, like, I understand we have a problem. It was this way for too long, but it's swinging the other way. Now we have these problems to deal with. Like, there's nowhere, the middle is just lost.
I do think for the most part, the people we were raised around were down the middle.
I agree.
I
agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree. We were very lucky.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about iPads? Like, what's the acceptable amount of iPad usage for the kid? Because I was like so against it. I obviously don't have kids, but then sometimes I see like a kid screaming and they just put like YouTube in front of them and they melt. I'm like, that kind of is probably awesome for the parent.
Anything you want in life that's worth having is difficult.
Yeah.
Think about it. You want a 6-pack? You can't have junk food. You want to have a good relationship? You can't cheat. It's everything in life that is really, really worth having is difficult to obtain. So if something's really easy, that should tell you everything you need to know about it. Like, oh, he just shuts up if I give him this. That's probably not a good thing. And I don't know. I'm not judging, but I'm saying like the harder option is always probably the best way to go about things. I'm not judging if you do it. I get it.
Good point.
But you know, it's also like it's difficult on parents because our parents didn't have a magical thing that just makes us be quiet in a pizzeria. You know, you ever go out to eat with your kids? Like that's like a
Rarely.
yeah. It's at a young age. It's difficult. So imagine if like they're acting a fool, then you give them a fucking thing and they just magically be quiet. I get why they do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I think the science is out. It's actually like proven to be bad for their development.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think.
All right, so flying private with Dave this weekend.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I know.
Talk about flexing.
Hey, listen. A year ago, I was going to be working sanitation. So
That's a great job here in New York City.
it is. It's
Union pension benefits.
It is. It is. It's Miami horse race, Pegasus.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh, no.
Look at my hair. You think I know about horse
Well,
racing?
don't sell yourself short. You're an outfit guy. Pull the photo.
I'm a what?
You dress well.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, this is on sale at Zara.
Seen some of this.
Oh no!
What?
It's the worst picture of my life.
So
Shout out Getty Images.
What would you? I'm not gonna give away
Take
the
that
video.
off the screen, please.
We got the video. We got different videos that we're teasing. Some people went shopping. But what do we think about that?
That's for you?
Yeah,
I like it.
it is right. It's a little bold.
I think men need to wear suits more.
Well, I like the mismatch. I don't think I'll ever wear the same color suit again.
That was for a horse race?
Horse
Oh,
race.
that you have to mix match
Yeah,
for that. That's like I
right,
like
but
that.
you
a
can
lot.
pull
What kind of
that
shoes
off.
are you doing with
The
that?
brown loafers.
Okay, I like it.
Fat feet hanging out.
Tie or no tie?
No tie. White shirt, brown belt.
Crisp white tie.
Nice
Crisp white shirt is
sunglasses.
always good. Yeah. That was the world premiere of I don't know. I had one line in that movie. By the way.
Nerve?
Yeah, Nerve. It's actually a good movie. If you've ever seen it, Dave Franco and Emma Roberts. It's pretty good. It was very ahead of its time. It really captured like social media and how it could take over people's lives and do anything for likes. It's actually really cool. But that was the worst fucking.
I think the only
Worst
egregious
look of my
thing
life.
is the rolled up joggers.
Yeah, dude. The only thing there's a lot
This
of
is
bad
what,
things.
2016? No, this was a look then.
26. I mean, look, this is a very dark time in my life. I was lost. I don't know what I was doing. Look at my hair.
You
I
got
know.
one side shaved and the flop on the other? Is it
Uh,
not bad.
Well, back then.
No, I just have a horrible cowlick, which is why I keep my hair long because I can. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to be tight to my head. It's just very. I didn't think this was gonna go down this road.
I was looking for outfit stuff. I mean,
I have better.
My
I
guys
have
do the
better
research.
stuff on
I'm
my
not the full
Instagram.
research.
These
Yeah,
guys
fair
go back.
enough. You do also have a lot of fun with your wife. I think I've been in that scenario of like making expense at their jokes. The one thing, help me out, right? You're a coffee guy.
Love coffee.
I don't drink coffee that
Big
much
coffee guy.
at all.
I got a nice latte over
Yeah, I
here.
saw that. Stella Blue.
It's actually from
No, it's from Stella Blue.
Stella Blue. Yeah.
Stella
That's what
Blue.
it says. I was reading it.
So, the one thing I can't figure out, healthy debate, you fucking coffee people.
Okay, I like this.
So good. Okay.
Mhm.
Why do you leave 70% of it in my fucking car undrank?
Well, who are you
At
hanging out
all
with?
my wife. At all times. And
Okay,
most people.
I don't know
it's-
your wife.
They go and they get.
I'm guilty of that for sure.
It's just all the time. And I'll send videos in a group chat of me driving. I'm the worst, by the way. I lower the window, take the thing. I was like, another day, and I just fire it out the
Oh,
fucking
great.
window.
Littering
Yeah,
and
but it's hey, sanitation, like, overtime, snow.
so
We're low on snow. I'm giving them overtime.
where does your wife get coffee from?
Stella Blue. When she has the car, like I'm just
What
saying.
does she have? Does she get like a black with like?
I don't know. It's
By the
that
time
same fucking
I'm
color
gonna
that you
judge.
always
I'm
drink.
gonna judge. Most women don't even. By the time they have it, it's not even coffee anymore. It's milk with
But it's
with sugar.
everywhere. Why do you guys not drink it?
I can't speak. I always finish mine. This is my second of the day. I always finish
All right.
mine.
I think it's a ritual for a lot of people more than it is they actually need the caffeine. It's just like wake up in the morning, get the smell, get a sip. My day. I'm starting the day off on the right foot.
I'm not one of these people that's like, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. I don't believe any of that. I like the art of it. I like the craft of it. I like good espresso. I like learning about coffee. I can't have Starbucks. I can't have Dunkin' Donuts. It's garbage. I feel like people don't really care about the coffee enough. I can go days without drinking it, no problem. I just really enjoy it. I think my wife, I bust her balls because she's like, I gotta have coffee, and we in the airport she'll have anything. I think she just needs the fix.
Yeah.
She's not really enjoying the craft of it. She got me an espresso machine for Christmas. I'm trying to really dial in the grams, and I'm really into it. So I can't speak on like the average coffee drinker because I'm not that. I also just started drinking it like 4 years ago.
But then she's like, "Oh, do you finish every beverage?" There hasn't been a can of fucking. Or
How about water bottles? Those are the worst
There
people.
hasn't been a bottle of Body Armor that I haven't finished. Like I'm going like this and trying to get more.
Yeah,
drops.
finish your
I
drinks.
finish everything.
That's a bad
They
look.
don't finish it. I don't know what
Tough
it is.
look.
Want to tee up some voicemails for Eric? I have a couple.
Yeah, do that. I got one more on sport. We'll do that. Yeah, do the voicemails.
Okay.
Because I got one more where you can kind of dunk on how much we like sports, which
Great.
I think will be a great segue.
I got two like evergreen type. This one, the first one's like a roommate debate a little bit. Maybe it'd be nice to have your take on it. See what you think.
Hey guys, healthy debate. Just wanted to say my shtick. So I'm a guy lives in a room with one roommate. All right, I'll cut to the chase. I took a glass of water, like living in my own home, my own apartment, have a roommate, take a glass of water, drank a glass of water, and really nothing happened, very minimal, let's say nothing sticky touched the glass. It was just like, a clean whatever. I go back over to the kitchen, I rinse out the glass with like hot water, just like under the faucet for a few seconds, but I don't use soapy water. Is that glass clean?
Yes. You just drank water out of it?
So I guess his roommate was.
I think I'm good.
Was saying the opposite, but let's get your
Good
thoughts
on
on the
that.
topic.
I mean, depends if it's just if it's like a roommate that you met like on Craigslist that you don't really not that close
I
with.
thought the guy drank it himself. It's his own glass.
Oh, it's his
right?
own glass.
The roommate is getting mad that he's
not
didn't wash the glass, but they both share, the apartment together.
But then he's using it again, right?
Yeah, but like in his eyes, that's clean. I'm gonna come in and fix that.
I got it.
There we go. Great.
That's impressive. That takes me 10 minutes.
My wife would give me shit, and I'm like, we're husband and wife, and you're giving me shit about this.
Yeah.
So I could see a roommate getting in trouble. I'm like, if I just take a drink, I'll put it right back. I'm totally like a dirtbag like that. I don't give a fuck. I'm always like, even spoons I mix coffee with. I'm like, I don't know, I'll just lick it off, and it's good to go. You want to use that in cereal?
I had somebody have a great line. They were mad about. They were mad about the spoon. You're gonna you did that spoon's not fully clean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that spoon. The guy tells the story in a all male work environment. Let's just put it that way. And he's retelling the story, and he's like, she's complaining about the spoon. He's like, I eat your asshole.
Yeah.
You're worried.
Yeah,
And he goes, and then I kiss you goodbye to go home. You're worried about me with a spoon? He's like, it was unbelievable.
In a relationship, that's a weird complaint. But a roommate, I can see where his roommate's coming from because that is, if his roommate has issues with germs, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I really, especially if it's two dudes, I fucking rinse it off. What's going to happen to you? I don't have chlamydia. You'll be all right.
Well, even more so, I think it's crazier if I take it out of my room and then I want to refill it, if I give it a quick rinse before and then go fill it up with ice and whatever, why are you judging? It's clearly clean. I was the only one who drank it.
People are weird with like, how about when you come home from work? Is your wife like, take off your clothes? They're your outside clothes?
My sisters say this all the time, and I'm like, I sat on the Long Island Railroad. I didn't like contract fucking some type of communicable disease. We're okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't.
Well, there was a saying in my house. My mother would be like, "Why are you still in your school clothes?" To my father, who just worked to find it. They would call them school clothes.
Oh, I
But
love that.
There's nothing better than being in uncomfortable clothes or being in a suit and coming home and like before, especially when you lived alone or like roommates or whatever, and you just get nothing better than like the uncomfortable.
Yeah,
jeans,
but
they're
like
down.
I would
Just
come home.
give me my sweatpants and
My wife, we would fly, and then I'd be wearing a sweats, a comfortable outfit, and then I would just I would just fall into the couch. She'd be like, "Don't you think you should get changed?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? No, I don't think I should get
As long as
changed."
you're in comfortable clothes, I think if
Ridiculous.
you're in a suit, immediately, I'm getting that shit off immediately.
Yeah, but like, people are weird with germs. I feel like if you can't get sick from it, what are you busting my balls for? You know?
Give me one more, Jetski. Hopefully the guy talks fucking faster than that.
This one, I think he has kind of a similar cadence, but this is a wedding question.
Right.
We are a wedding. The number one
We
wedding.
are the
program
number one
on
wedding debate
YouTube.
show.
I mean,
on the
Rumble.
Oh, really?
On
Okay.
Rumble.
what do you think about this? Hold on.
Oh, healthy
Pause it?
debate.
Sorry. We've made a movement to quietly have 50-50s at a wedding.
Oh my
So
god, I love
you
it.
don't announce it, but
I
there's
love
a
it.
little by the bar. There's a little table. Somebody works it. They text you the winner.
Is a 50-50 known outside of Catholic schools on Staten
I
Island?
think so. Yeah, I think people know about 50.
I feel like I've never seen one of
But
them.
imagine like you'd come back and it's like, yo, how was Eric's wedding? Like, how was the DJ? How was the food? It was all right, whatever. But, bro, I won the 50-50.
That's pretty
Like,
dope.
That's
That's
why
a nice
not,
touch.
right? Like,
People.
and you can't give it back because the bride and groom, or I actually think the bride and groom shouldn't get any of it. Let the the guy who's working the desk, the company takes the 50%.
Yeah, I love it.
And you can't give it back.
Yeah,
that's the gift you already spent.
They're a little excited because people think everyone cares about their wedding. And no one, unless it's you. I understand. At my wedding, I was trying to make sure, like, it's cool. You'll have fun. There's nothing, like, nothing big going on. It's not like this, whatever the hell. There's no pressure. And something to get people excited to want to be there is a great touch. I like it a lot. Either that or, like, a fight. We should have the father-in-law's fight.
I kind of like that, but 50-50. All right, Jetsky, roll it.
Okay.
Oh, healthy debate. Michael from Seattle here. I have a ethics question for you. So, to preface, my lovely wife and I had a wonderful, beautiful wedding last year. We had it at a very nice venue. We were very grateful for being able to have it there. One of my who I used to work with, who was at the wedding, gave us a very generous gift as well. So very, kind of covered all the covered all the things that you talked about with, weddings and covering plates and all that. Did a phenomenal job with that. Healthy debate. He has a wedding coming up next weekend. 2 weekends from now after Thanksgiving. It's definitely not a month. It also only has, he's only having 40, 50 people there. It's at a smaller thing, and the whole wedding is probably only a couple hours based on the agenda he's told me. Healthy debate. Do you still give him the same amount of money that he gave you, or do you kind of, does it warrant giving a lesser gift?
I think
some of that cut out, but he was saying in the transcript it says
we got where it's
smaller
going.
wedding essentially.
I actually think this. In a year from now, if you gave me a really nice gift and I was going to your wedding, or a year and a half, I'd be like, fuck, because that money's spent.
Of course.
But now, in 2 weeks, just give it back to him.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's
So
that close, because you never had that money.
That's kind of how I feel about wedding gifts in general. Like, if they gave me this, babe, what did they give us? Okay, let's give them that. That's all I would. I wouldn't even think about how long it was.
Right, but a year and a half, you could be like, finances changed. 2 weeks.
I guess
2 weeks. No, 2 weeks. It's so easy.
Yeah, you still got that money in your pocket. Yeah.
Or go down to Walgreens, buy a card, right in there, leave it right by the door, and the time you leave, you go. That's easy.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
never
think of
had
it.
it.
Especially if you're really grateful for their gift, you got to reciprocate.
100%. And he's doing you a favor in the fact that it's 2 weeks.
And it's also shorter.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather pay more money for less time there.
100%. Give it right back.
So that might be a good practice to put into place. Like if you're, inviting people to your wedding and on the horizon some of the people you invited might have a wedding, just bookmark it that, maybe keep their gift stashed away separately.
That's a good point. I actually think that should just be a wash type of thing too.
100%. 100%.
Just complete. Like you knowingly show up without my gift if you're already engaged, and it's not like, oh, this guy stiffed me. It's like, no, I'm just not. Now I don't have to buy you a card. I went to one wedding. I didn't buy the card. They were walking around doing their whatever. I'm like, but congrats. I didn't have time to put a card right in his back pocket.
Yeah. The only reason why that sucks is because they like to write down who gave them what.
100%.
They have to remember Rico gave me this.
But now he's got money to tip somebody.
Yeah.
It actually, cash on hand is not bad. Pull up Caitlin Clark video. I'll end you on this one. So you're a sports guy to a degree, but
big
I also,
Mets and Knicks.
Yes.
I just don't watch.
But I also think there's a lot of elements of you being like, sports are fucking dumb.
No, hell no, of course.
Okay. Well, what is as an
I can
outsider-
argue for football because
100%.
I hate how short football is. Have you read the
Yeah,
statistics?
it's 6 minutes.
On average, it's 11, and there's so much. I like the what I watched. What was on the other night? What playoff game last night?
Last night was Chiefs Bills.
There was a lot of. I saw a lot of passing. I'm sorry, a lot of and I was like, this is what football should be. I hate the. All right, now we gotta wait. Everybody just waits around, and there's so much just nonsense.
100%.
Only reason why I don't like football. If football is action, I love the Super Bowl. I love playoff games because there's a lot more action.
So the question I guess I had off of that is a not locked in like us. Like I have 3 TVs in my basement and it's not enough. I'm trying to.
That's not me. No.
I'm trying to put 5. Yes, exactly. But you can have both elements of it. Like you probably live a more healthy life anyway. But
Well, I'm a Met fan. I don't know about that.
I'm just saying in general, like the balls bounce. Like I remember my little cousin being like, "Wait, you have 3 TVs in your basement?" And he's like, "What do you watch?" I said, "If the ball's bouncing, I'm watching." Like it's just no matter what.
Yeah, you're definitely a little. You have. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, they got you. They
like-
got you.
You roll it?
I mean, like these are the animals we work with. Yeah, 1 second,
This
Dukes.
is your livelihood. You
Dukes,
should.
who's the coach of Colorado State? I was putting you on the spot. Give me an A10 coach then. You asked me. Nico Medved. I'm proving a point that we know dumb things.
Not very.
Give a random sports fact.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what's just going on.
All right.
That's good. It's a good thing he's
All
here.
right, Dukes, who's the coach of VCU?
Ryan Odom.
Okay, yes. Have you ever heard of VCU?
No, of course not.
There you go. So that's my point. Well done, Dukes.
Yeah.
1 out of 2.
I thought I honestly didn't know if you were throwing a Bosco.
I wasn't. I wasn't. One out of 2. You did well.
In his defense, you are the best at Boscoisms, though.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I was looking down at my phone and
I
all
was
the,
proving a point that we know things that translate nowhere to the world.
Yeah, Eric. Also, he has a thing called Boscoisms, where he's always like running something by you, like a bit, and you have to like think on your feet, like what is
He's
this?
like an obscure
Yeah, it's
movie
like
reference to refer to somebody.
Yeah, it's like
a lot
like
of code names.
yeah.
Like
So I'm
that,
like
that person.
like Colorado
code
State. It's
names.
like it's like is there like a code name that I'm missing out
I
on?
just was genuinely asking a question. They don't give me credit when I'm playing it straight. Anyway, Caitlin Clark's the #1 women's player in the country. Okay, they lose. It's an upset. The place storms the court. So roll the video. There's.
have audio.
Did we go too fast? No, we don't really need the audio.
Okay.
All right, this is bang.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's an alternate angle that
shit.
looks like she sold it a little bit.
That's a player that got hit,
player that got it. The best player in the country. So I guess my point
and
is
she lost.
she lost.
Oh shit.
Well, my point off of that is this the dumbest thing in the world that we stormed the court? Or what are some other?
I can't believe that. That's not allowed in the major sports. So
agreed.
who else? I mean, they
But
do
college, that's a big thing. Storm
They
the court,
do it.
storm the field,
I think they did it. They do it in basketball sometimes, but they protect the players immediately. I didn't. That sucks, man.
What about buying a jersey of another guy's, or buying a grown men wearing
3 times a
jerseys
week.
to a game? Is that dumb?
Here might be a hot take at Barstool. I might get. I don't know if you guys are gonna beat me up. But I feel like that's something to a game.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I think you should go decked out to a game. Wear whatever. I think it's cool when guys are like head to toe and shit. That's what are we living for if you can't have a little fun?
sense.
But my problem is like when I'll have like an engagement party and and one of my friends is wearing a Jets jersey. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're 35.
Where's the party on a Sunday?
You're 35, bro. I feel like at a certain age, you also can't like. Okay, I moved into a new apartment and my wife and we bought one of these like it's like a clothing rack you like wheel to put like my clothes I don't wear all the time, and I was like, I have all these dope swing men from like the 8th grade. I have a blue Kobe. I got like a Dirk. I got all these like old like a Paul Pierce on the Celtics. I'm like, these are great. I love these. I don't know if I can wear these ever again. Like I just turned 34. Am I gonna wear a
but what about
basketball jersey?
They play at a barbecue or go to somebody's pool. You don't care about it. You could dive in with it.
I wore a throwback Jason Kidd to a pool. Like my friend was having people over, at his backyard, and I was just like, I shouldn't have wore this. I was like, I think I've aged out of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I can't match with my. I take my fucking sticker off the fitted hat.
Yep.
Guys need to stop doing that. You know, maybe back when you were in the 8th grade, but like there's a certain level of like people wearing. I don't know. I don't know.
What about keeping score? The guys who keep score at a game, baseball game. Still
That's old school. I feel like Frank the Tank does that.
Just looking at like what we still do that's dumb. That you're like, yeah, we do it, but it's still pretty dumb. Like handshake lines. Isn't there always a fight in a handshake line?
What about the 7th inning stretch? I bet the 7th inning stretch.
7th inning stretch is kind of dumb.
No reason to have it. No one's
tearing down American traditions.
You know what? This is gonna be a hot take, but I think if you're like, okay, how about this? This is something that I cannot get a sports fan to agree with me on. Every time we hang out and like Eric's going, they all roll their eyes. They're waiting for me to stop talking.
The W word they throw around.
It's the sports used to be about the fans, the organization, and winning. And somewhere in like the 90s, it became a corporate entity. And we're still behaving like it's this mom and pop local thing where you root for your home team. These guys are not in your stratosphere anymore. Right. My grandfather used to see the Brooklyn Dodgers on the train. They were part of the community. Now these guys are getting $50 million a year. If you don't watch and they're not winning, I don't call you a bandwagon fan. I think that if you're not going to win, I'm not participating in this. Sense. Like, and I feel like that's why the Jets fans. I come from a huge Jet family, and my brothers. I'm always like, you guys, you need to turn it off. The only way they're gonna get better is if they stop making money, and they will never stop. You know, the Knicks are more profitable than anyone.
They've been horrific. Yeah.
They will always. They're the number one.
Garden is still sold out.
They are the number one basketball team. If you want to buy them, they're still worth more because New York loves basketball so much. We will. My friend Steve is the biggest Knicks fan. He'll watch when there's they lost by 80. He's like, hey, we're rebuilding. I'm like, you're pathetic. This is why they have to get better.
Say it all the time.
We as fans have to demand more. And I feel like it's never gonna happen because you guys love it too much. Like the Mets, I barely watched last season because I'm like, what happened with Verlander and Scherzer? I'm like, this is us, and it was a tragedy. So I'm like, we have to turn off because what they're gonna do is when they make money, the Shake Shack prices go up at Citi Field, and then like that, we're literally paying for their salaries, and nobody.
It's agreed. Yeah.
It sucks, man. I don't know.
I get it. I totally
That's
get it.
my
But
take
I was
on
looking
sports.
at what was some of the dumbest things we do. I figure I get a laugh at that.
I think supporting your team when they suck is the dumbest thing we do.
Yeah. All right, check out I Don't Understand now on YouTube. You go get tickets to Eric D'Alessandro. That was a long one. We'll get you out of here, but let's go.
Oh, it was great, man.
Halftime. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, buddy. Of course.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. You still got
Francis, what's up, man?
Hi, Rico.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
You said I'm good. You should say I'm well.
Just in general?
If this is where you're heading,
Okay.
say I'm well.
Well, that's a good. Yeah, that's
I'm
a good.
fine.
That's a good segue. So the Pegasus.
I'm good.
Yeah, Dave, gracious enough to invite me. He's invited you to things like to hang out with him, right?
I go, but I'm not invited.
Okay. Yeah.
We're just there together,
Oh, okay.
and then I go say hi.
Happenstance, right? Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I got invited, so this is a good one for me.
Must be nice.
But I can't fuck it up. I've worked a lot of jobs where it's like, oh, you're the low man,
Mm-hmm.
on the totem pole.
Yeah.
And like here, like I have low man do shit for me. Like I got a lunch guy and I got a guy like
You have a lunch guy?
he goes gets my lunch every day. They got to work their way up. I also got a guy. Don't say anything. He writes my blogs.
Yeah?
That's why I've been doing real well. So like I got guys working their way up. Like it's like carrying the pads in football.
Yeah.
Or like when you eat at your house, the butler cleans the dishes. Like work their way up, and then they become part of the family. So I'm not above being like the low man. And in this box, I'm definitely like the internet writer is probably the low man.
All right, before the second half, you always need a timeout, so a little extended halftime. Shout out to the people at Body Armor. Healthy Debate is brought to you by Body Armor Zero Sugar. Introducing Body Armor Zero Sugar, the first sports drink with 0 sugar, 0 grams of carbs, and none of the stuff you don't want, like artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're looking to stay hydrated throughout the day or recovering from a tough workout, Body Armor Zero Sugar has the vitamins and electrolytes your body needs, and it tastes good. Body Armor Zero Sugar has great tasting flavors like fruit punch and lemon lime. I like the cherry lime. My favorite one is the cherry lime. It's really getting me through these shows, getting me through a long day, dealing with everything. So available in stores nationwide, but you can head over to the Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. Shout out to Body Armor. So let's go into.
You can also scan the QR code top right if you want to place your order
Load that
online
up.
right now.
See how easy it is? We're getting into the 21st, I think 22nd century. I don't know what the fuck.
We're 21st, but 22nd
21st.
mindset.
Dukes, fire them up. I imagine a lot on football.
Aiden Delco.
What's up, Rico?
What's up?
So, I live with some roommates. I live with 6 roommates, and we've been having some issues with a clean kitchen. So we came up with this couple solutions. I kind of want to get your thoughts on this one. So, the house next door, our buddies, what they do is if their roommates don't clean their dishes, they grab all their pots, pans, plates, silverware, and dump them outside on the porch, and just leave them all out there until, I guess, they grab them and get cleaned. Our system that we have going on right now that we've been doing strong on and off, which really works, is you leave something out, we throw a Post-it note on it with your name, and once you get to 10 tallies, you owe the whole house a bottle. So I don't know. I wanted to get this from you. Do you think this is petty, or do we gotta be men and just clean our shit? Or
it's
what do you
petty.
think's going on?
It's definitely petty. You're all gonna start hating each other. 6 guys in a house, like I get it. I get why you're doing it.
I was starting some beef.
It's a lot.
it
Yeah,
started some
I
beef.
get you're trying to save the money or whatever, but 6 guys in a house is too much. I'm gonna give you 2 words that I think are gonna change your lives. Now you can't control pots and spatulas and shit like that, frying pans. You got to do that. But I'm going to give you 2 words that are going to change your life. Paper plates.
Okay.
Everybody puts an extra $5 in a month. $5 a month. And you can buy a 1,000-pack of paper plates.
Are you saying forego all dishware or only for like
as many as possible?
But keep some if you have ladies
Like
over or something.
Yeah, like 6.
College? Is this college?
This is college, yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Like
you don't need
certain.
Listen, I think you got to have an emergency stash of real dishes.
But
I
for the
totally
most
disagree.
you should have those dishes. But when you come home at night, like, what are you making? You make pasta in the thing, or you make chicken, or put it on a motherfucking paper plate. It changes your life.
I
Why?
Yes, I agree with that.
Let's all like clean the pot. Thing where it's one of those like, hey, you want to go halves on dinner, or like I'll make something and then, but you clean. It's like, yo, I don't really want to fucking clean dishes and shit like that. You have the fucking thing running. Somebody's always gonna put soap in there. Fucking floods. Paper plates for $5 a month with 6 guys. You can buy 1,000 paper plates for the month.
But you don't like the accountability Olympics that they're running? I kind of like it.
I think
it'll make things
they're
interesting.
only
People
end
will
up
be
gonna
doing
hate
fake
each
fucking
other. That's
names.
how it works. There's politics within the 6 guys. This guy does that. How do they manage the fridge? Also, if you put leftovers on a plate, that's taking up a big spot in the fridge. Paper plates.
I've lived with my roommate since we were juniors in college. Like we took some time off here and there. We have now just figured out like how to like do like all right, like we clean out our fridge on like Sundays, whatever you don't have, like we'll throw out like we just got it down and we're like 25.
It's brutal. Yeah, just do the paper plates. Like why are we worried about
Also, your neighbors were onto something. Like putting the dishes outside on the porch, yeah, but you want to one up them. If you know someone made chicken parm and that fucking chicken parm is in there for like 2 days with those dishes, put it on their fucking bed. That's what I used to do.
That's fucked up.
I'll tell you what, they'll never fucking do that again.
Yeah.
And it's happened to me. You
But
know?
then that's somebody comes home pissed off about something else, or they were gonna clean it and they get the call from the like. Yeah, I get it. You guys are you're just flirting a line of fistfights, so you don't want that.
Yeah, but
I
you're
know.
not getting in a fist fight in a house full of 6 people. Like 2 a.m. you throw hands. I think I've thrown hands with every single roommate I've ever lived with.
that's Dukes for you. All right, load them up.
Can't swallow your pride. Nick, Chicago.
Never back down. Never surrender.
Bosco.
What's up?
How you doing, my man? I got a couple. I usually do. I'm like a high flyer. I just roll through them real quick, and you can answer the ones real quick. Speaking of paper plates, great call. But you also can do. I got my first factor, Rico 50.
Yes, thank you.
Just got delivered this morning. You just pop it in. I had a nice chicken parm for lunch today. It was great. Easy. Let's move on. We miss Irvin. We really miss Irvin.
I DM'd him. He said
this guy might be Irvin.
No, he said he'd call in.
And we have a guy in the chat. Shout out Nick C. He keeps talking about Irvin.
Yeah, I don't have a plug, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is Nicky C?
You know?
No, dude,
Yeah,
you the
this
one
is
that
Nicky
fucking
C.
said that Irvin called in?
Yeah, I'm just trying.
Fuck that guy. That guy made up a brutal lie. I'm not even kidding. The chat on Friday or
They were
Thursday,
flipping out.
no, saying Nikki was like, yo, I have a guy that's like, I'm talking to Irvin, and Irvin said that he's calling in and Dukes isn't letting him in. That was bullshit. I have DMs right here with Irvin, who I said, did you call in? Dukes, I'm sorry. Been crazy at work. I'll call in Monday.
Irvin had a.
And
When
I
you look
said,
at
"You
the
wanna
real
call in?"
like
he said no. He didn't answer.
flow of the show, he was a pimple on an elephant's ass.
Yeah.
In terms of the real history of the show, but he was a star. He got hot quick. All right, empty him out.
Let's load one up.
Is there anything better than fucking? You got calls?
Yeah, we got a bunch.
Shit, you're talking to me. Anthony in Brooklyn.
Hey, what's up, guys? Healthy debate here.
What's up?
So we just had some snow in Brooklyn and around the city. If you have one of those, number one, you don't need one of this. If you have a snowblower, how many houses down do you go? Are you going to be that guy that stops right at your property? I mean, where I live, it's Brooklyn. It's like where houses are real close to each other. How far are you going?
I have I've had neighbors that I like and neighbors directly next to me that I don't like. So I would always go right to that property line. I also think it's cool to let them see that you helped out the other neighbor and maybe even somebody across the street when he comes out and everybody's houses are done except his. So, but normal, I don't know. If they're old, do it. I say one, you could do a block of 3 houses. You could do yours, you do the one to the right and the one to the left.
All right. I like that. I agree with that.
I think that's
like
safe.
Those people that have a snowblower and they're only doing their own house. I think that's, and especially living in Brooklyn. I know maybe if you're upstate or something, Pennsylvania, there's a lot more land on your house. But if you have one of these snowblowers, just do like 5.
Well, I think
houses,
you also
know?
should do it if the guy is out there fucking sweating his ass off and working. You know, if you're watching the guy struggle, just be like, "Yo, Joey, I got it," and just plow through and it's over.
If you live in the city, what's an acceptable city, but like Brooklyn or Staten Island, there's houses. What's an acceptable amount of money to give the guy, the snowblower guy who helps you out and clears out the driveway a little bit? What's max? 20?
Yeah, I think it's like a gift too, or like even I mean, you could buy him like 3, or say I'm thinking of you. It doesn't have to be massive monetary, but if the guy's a big cigar guy, go out and get him one that he really likes. Like if he's a big wine guy, like, oh, hey, I got this. If he's if you have Mets season tickets, like trade off. You know what I mean? Hey, I got you my box seats for this. Like, oh, how could you give me
box seats for a snowblower? I'm saying one.
If you had season tickets, it's one. By the same token, it's one game. Like you got 80 games that you could potentially go to. You give him one game, the guy will really appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel like if you got box season tickets, you don't have to worry.
Just
about
saying.
I don't know if you're rich enough to have box season tickets.
Yeah, you got a butler like Francis who's gonna become your brother.
Exactly.
You can give up one game.
Yeah. All right, next one. I think he's flushing the toilet.
Nick, Chicago.
I think the Bills people.
Nikki.
We're back. We're back, boys. How we doing?
What's going on?
Hey, Bosco. Hey, sorry, no hard feelings here. I just was trying to get Irvin back. I
I got you.
might have slandered Duke. Might have slandered Duke just a little bit in the chat, but we're a big Duke fan. Actually, my number one point, how about those Dayton Flyers, baby?
Very good.
How about those Dayton Flyers moving up the fucking list?
Guy knows how to play the game.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of a good team in 2020. Also, Dayton Flyers. But we'll keep going. Paper plates, great call. How about Mad Dog or Francesca? Who do you like more?
Francesa. Just because I think listen, Russo now is making a comeback, but he lost a lot of he lost a lot of slack for me, or lost a lot of the lead in the race when he went over to Sirius, and he wasn't as accessible.
Francesca with the Diet
Francesca
Cokes
was
and
still
Russo
out.
with the gum.
Yeah, Francesca was still out there for free. Like,
Can I say something though? I kind of tend to agree with you on that, but the moment that Russo came back, I mean, I think I've said this once.
The gummies.
When he said he was back when he was top 5 ball handlers of all time, and he said Bob Cousy had better handles than Kyrie. When I saw that at first take, I was like, it's like Russo never left. I was like, he is the GOAT,
He's the GOAT.
undisputed.
Yeah.
His first take appearances.
he should have meant he should. Yeah, I mean, when he was doing high heat, like he should have went mainstream like that right from the get go, because he's built for those shows. Built for those shows.
He is so much better than Stephen A. Smith, and you can see when Russo's cooking.
I think it's because he sounds like a
knows when
cartoon
he says
character.
Yes. I told you, my brother saw him in an elevator when the Mets were making the run in 2015. He's like, oh, hey, Chris, big fan. Like, going to the Met game tonight. What do you think? Well, they started pitching. I'll tell you. Like, it's right into the fucking chaos. I said that. I went to their live show, the reunion. It was the first time I ever met KFC in person. And it was literally, first off, not a female in the fucking place, aside from Ro Francesa and whoever Mad Dog's wife was. That was it. There were 2 females in the whole place. And it was like...
Mad Dog's still married?
I don't know. I thought so. Yeah, because he talks about his wife's burnt veal palm. Or veal palm.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So we were sitting up in the rafters, and it was literally like all the bad kids in detention. Like, after, like, it would be silent, and somebody would just scream out a one-liner. Be like, oh, Andy Pennett's not a starting... It was just savages. Bunch of savages. Mongos. True Mongos. But, yeah, it's Francesa.
I have a question to piggyback off of that. We talked about him earlier when before the show with Eric. I know they're in completely different lanes. One sports radio, one just like overall terrestrial radio. Who is like more of a GOAT in the space? Howard Stern or Francesa?
Francesa. Howard Stern's gotten way too liberal.
Okay, I get that, but remove like the Howard Stern being a snowflake now, like in their peak.
I think you would.
I will say Howard Stern with Beetlejuice is some of the best content.
Yeah, I would lean. All right, I would lean Francesa. I would lean Stern to a degree, because when Francesa came up, it was him and Dog. Now Francesa carried that show by himself for years later, but I think that that's a pretty good comparison, Jetski. I think that's pretty fair to say that they were both like industry titans.
Yeah.
They changed the game. Like talk radio, everyone says, "Oh, who inspired you?" Stern. Same with me. Like, why do you care about talking about sports on the radio? Mike Francesa.
Yeah.
Like, so
Hey,
Titans in the industries. Equal, I would say.
Rico, my mom's up my ass. Can I ask you 2 more quick ones? My mom's up my ass. Gotta
Using
go.
the phone bill. Yeah, go ahead.
Not the phone. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the Walmart Wi-Fi. Yeah. But 2 more real quick. First one here. I might be on the wrong end of this one, but I stand up and wipe. Are you a stand up or sit down guy? I got drilled in my friend group. I'm a
Always
stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
There we go.
That's how you get.
I got
There's a
more
reason I'm a
leverage.
fucking rider, baby.
No, but then
There's a
that's
reason
how you
I'm a
get
rider.
shit. I think Big Cat's been quoted saying this because Stephen Chase said the same thing. You'll get shit on your ass cheeks. You gotta just spread, do a little one cheek sneak wipe. Maybe the last wipe you can do standing up if you spread and like you're not gonna have any.
Don't
residue.
just like.
Well, now I'm.
But think of in between wipes. Like if you like
Yeah, but
stand up
bro.
a little bit, your ass cheeks are gonna touch.
You go like.
Life changed. Listen,
That's a thumbnail right there.
You don't go like this.
life changed for me. Life changed for me with with the bidet.
We know Meek Phil does some weird shit. We don't need to hear Meek Phil.
No, I think Meek has great bathroom etiquette.
Yo, also, by the way, you got this girl that weighed in on the Mahomes Brady argument that we got on Pick Central, and not even close, bodied Meek. Basically, was like, Meek, you don't know ball.
I never agreed with Marty, by the way. I just said I think your point's just lame.
I'll show you after we go. It's just great.
The bidet has changed the game for me. By the way.
Dude, that's one. Yo,
I'm telling you
Italy-
too. I hit it while it's coming out. I know you guys think it's like, hit it while it's coming out. It's fucking life changing.
Italy is crazy because Italy is backwards.
You said that the hitting it while it comes out, that too. Don't agree with. Like, there's no way you're not getting splashed.
It's some of the smoothest. It's some of the smoothest shits I've ever had in my life.
Because you're like disintegrating
You'll
it. But
get get it like bounced on your thigh. But
Hard pressure, dude. It's like a fucking fire hose.
Italy has elevators that existed in like 1712, but they're
it's a
on
third world country.
but they're on bidets.
Yeah.
And bidets are just the best invention of all time.
I had the heated one in New Orleans one time. That was fucking life altering. You got to be careful though. You can burn it. Like
I think I'm
sex.
gonna get one tonight.
Shout out Dude Wipes.
Yeah.
All right, empty the clip. Fourth quarter.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a bidet for sure.
I dropped a caller after he said something about my name. I had to just drop him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Phil was
Staying
catching
on
strays.
business, Phil.
Phil was catching strays. Give me the next one.
Aaron Lynchburg.
Rico, what's good, dog?
What's up?
Hey, shout out to the Riders. Yo, I wear my Make Your Free Throws hoodie all the time, and
Thank
I get
you.
the most comments on that of any Barstool shit I got. But, yo, I don't know if you saw the Vioza commercial. It's like a pharmaceutical pill, but they remix levels. And I was going to ask you.
No, I didn't
what's
see
your
this.
What's your thought on Big Farm remixing great songs? It's almost like they're trying to distract you from the fact that shit's going to make you bleed out your eyes and grow a third asshole.
Yeah.
What kind of pill? Can you say the name of the pill again? I want to research what it does. Vioza?
Vioza. VEOZOAH, I think.
Okay.
I like that.
So Vioza.
I mean, I obviously like I like the remix.
Vioza
but
is a prescription treatment for hot flashes and night sweats. It is proven to reduce the number and severity of day and night hot flashes.
What the fuck is hot flashes and night sweats?
I think it's kind of like a menopause
Get that shit all
thing.
the time.
Yeah, it's for menopause. But like, I feel like you normally hear levels when you're having hot flashes, night sweats because of what you've ingested.
exactly.
So it kind of aligns.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. We obviously like the remix. I gotta hear it. We gotta get this commercial, so I'll keep an eye out for it.
We'll do it. That'd be a good TikTok review. You could do it because we can't do it in here, but if you
Yes.
do it on TikTok, little picture in picture.
I like that. Next one, Dukes.
Sure. Last one.
Yeah, that works.
Kenny.
Boys,
Kenny's
I'm
back.
back. I did have to check in, Rico. I didn't want you guys to worry. I didn't want you to think I'd gone somewhere. I'm still here.
No, we knew you were around, Kenny. Yeah, we knew you were around.
Well, you see, I got this thing going on now. It's pretty similar to what you used to do at your last job. It's actually very similar.
Okay.
So if you read between the lines there, you kind of know what's going on. So Tuesday to Thursday, it's not great for me. I got that going on. So, yeah, I mean, I hope you guys missed me. I know you did. But I got a real convo we got to talk about today because I'm talking about some revolutionary shit. Are you ready to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm looking
I
at
don't
it.
know
Hold on
if-
1 second. Somebody just tweeted at me, hot chocolate made with milk or water. I've always done milk. The reason I hate hot chocolate is because I think with water is gross. It's fucking like powder water.
Milk.
Yeah, but I'm not a big milk guy.
It's
so
a game changer.
It's a game changer.
I know, but hot chocolate as a kid with water, gross. Never was in on it.
What the fuck?
No, don't fuck with him. Just let him.
So I just had a really good thing going there, Rico.
I know. I'm incorporating people. Go ahead.
Powder. I got a revolutionary idea here. I want to give it to you.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So we know.
Let him rock. Let him cook.
I also just got a DM. Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz talking about Peter Luger's on their podcast.
I hear that.
Joey Diaz is a must listen. I would love Joey Diaz on Healthy Debate. He's built for Healthy Debate.
No. Okay. God.
Kenny might be the first regular. Kenny might be the first regular to get banned.
Kenny,
what?
Kenny, we need to hear your idea.
Just bring it, Kenny. There's too much.
So that's my idea.
It's like Kenny, you run the offense and you can score and get to the rack, but there's a lot of like fucking Harlem Globetrotter with you, man. Just pass the ball and take a shot.
I'm passing it right over. What do you think?
All right, now take a shot.
Oh.
Jet ski.
Kenny, we need
jet
it.
ski, 2-minute drill.
I'm giving it.
Kenny.
I don't know what to do.
Kenny, give it to us quick. You got a minute of the 2-minute drill. Do it.
Kenny, here's how it's going to save you. Kenny will weigh in as well. No, don't fuck with him. Kenny will weigh in as well with the 2-minute drill.
Okay.
Good answers, he stays. Bad answers, he's banned.
And then if he does good, he can give his
Come on,
groundbreaking
Kenny.
thing at the end. Okay, great.
I'm here.
Trial by fire.
So
I'm going to go first.
Okay. Rico first. If you could listen to only one album for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
Billy Joel, Turnstiles.
Kenny Hammer.
What's that song they play at church? Just that one, over and over.
It's a song they play at church?
I said album.
I think he's talking about the Hail Mary.
Next one. Kenny needs a Hail Mary.
Oh, my God. If you could be a famous person's personal assistant, who would you choose?
Ooh, Jordan, I think. Well, do I get to, like, hang out with him?
Yeah, it's personal assistant.
Probably Jordan.
I think Jordan's good. You'd probably be suited to what you're good at.
Yeah.
If you could magically become fluent in any language, what would it be?
Chinese. I just think it sounds like you sound like ballin'. I saw a TikTok the other day. The girl was talking shit about him at a pedicure, and he started speaking Mandarin. And she's like, what?
For any
flex.
Asian baddies, if you could speak Mandarin, ooh, that's a flex. I'm gonna have to put that in the docket. If you could magically become, if you handed a plane ticket to anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
The Maldives? What's that? Is it the Maldives? What's that called?
That's right, yeah.
Amalfi Coast. Amalfi Coast. Beautiful.
Would you rather go on a nearby business trip alone or travel far away with your coworkers?
Business trip alone or travel? I'm good traveling. I'm good vibe travel.
So you want to travel with the boys?
Travel Rico's good, yeah. But there's nothing better than going alone a couple of days on a work conference, checking into that hotel, and just being like fucking.
When do we have conferences in our line of work?
No, like back.
I'm talking about going to fucking Iowa to party with me.
That was fun. No, but I'm saying when you I used to take a class at a job I worked at, and like you're in your hotel room alone, you don't know anybody, you can go and come as you please, and you just balls out on that hotel bed for 3 days, and it's like I ain't got shit to do.
All right, last one. Would you rather be completely covered in hair, not face, but all over your body, like you have a lot of body hair, back hair, whatever, or be completely bald?
Bald. I just think that the hair gets wet. There's more to like. What do you have to brush it? In a pool, you got to shave all. It's like, or you actually can't shave. I don't know. There's a reason. Like basically, like Teen Wolf. Look at this. Like this has been a couple of days. I look gross because I can't grow it. So I think it's all like the way you can grow it too. But yeah, I'd go all bald. Charlie Villanueva.
Kenny, call back tomorrow with your revolutionary idea.
Don't. Unbelievable. All right, we got the AFC Championship games. We got a lot going on.
Should we tell them the plan?
Yes, lay it out.
So on Thursday, there will be no stream. We're dropping a video on the YouTube channel at 4 p.m. I'm not going to say what it's about, but if you watch Halftime today, you could probably get a little bit of an idea. Very cool. A lot of different Barstool personalities making appearances. Thursday, there may be a stream. It's not going to be a full show, but there may be a stream from the road because we're going up on Thursday to Providence. We're going to get kind of man-on-the-street content with Rico and Dukes, all about Ed Cooley's return. We're going to be at the game. Rico will be at Rough and Rowdy Thursday night, so we'll get some shit from there. And then Rico is making a trip to Pegasus. So Dukes is going to be taking over as head honcho on camera in Providence. We're gonna
team.
I think there's some content. I think there's definitely some content with the the Ring Girls as well. Some healthy debates with the Ring Girls. So we can 100% figure it
But
out.
keep eyes peeled. So
A lot
Friday,
going on, yeah.
no
We're gonna
stream
try and get
Friday.
out on the streets a little bit. We'll get some stuff going. So.
I see someone just comment stream Friday. There's no stream Friday. There's going to be a video that drops Friday morning, though. So we're going to have a video every day this week. Video Thursday, video
Yeah,
Friday,
Fridays.
video Monday.
We've been told Fridays are Nate days.
Yes, but we're
That's
still
a
up.
Nate Friday. So we're letting him be the star. All right. Thank you to Eric D'Alessandro. Go check him out. Everybody loves a healthy debate. See you tomorrow.